welcome back to Wendy's Colouring, and today I'm not sure what I'm calling this video as I record. Back to school, some colouring stuff, mixture of what I've bought during August basically is what this is. Not been on holiday, too much time sat here thinking, oh yeah, like that, oh yeah, like that as well. So yeah, there's some stuff I'm colouring. I'm going to do those bits first. Then I'm going to do my, what basically comes down to stationery tat, I think is basically what it is. But yeah, stuff that I couldn't resist and have ended up buying along the way. So yeah, totally understand if you don't stay for all of it. I'll show you what I've got anyway. First one is not going to be an unusual item because I think most colouring channels have got this at the moment, haven't they? Castle Arts 72 Harmonious Collection colour pencils. And yeah, why have I got this? You might know if you've been watching me for a while. My last Castle Arts video didn't go particularly well. When I got the golds, it was a bit of a fail. I should have sent them back. That's on me. It's not on them. But yeah, basically they put them in a massive box and it just got booted about till it got to me and then they all broke. So I wasn't impressed last time. So I have ordered this direct from Castle and I have to take my hat off to Castle marketing. Ticking that box really well, aren't you? I think the design of the tin, beautiful. They've really thought about how they've launched this only on their website. There are a couple of codes out there from some different channels. I think I used Susan Berry's code to get my discount off this. And that brings these down to a really good, affordable price. They've kept them off Amazon. So they're really in control of their launch. So yeah, and I've just thought the way they've packaged it, it's really thought through really nicely, isn't it? It's a nice tin. I don't keep pencils in a tin. I don't find them practical to use. But it is a really attractive tin. And a tin that really sells this colour palette that they're showing. So, I'm sure you've seen them before. This is not an unusual set now, is it? You get obviously quite a lot of leaflety things. I think this is the full instructions for that lovely image that's on the front. I think you can download the actual image for this if you actually want to colour it and follow the colour palette and step by step that they've got there. I would do that. They've got a whole load of things about colouring pencils and how best to use them, and then obviously they're lovely pencils. If I'm really honest, when I look at this tray, it does not fill me with love. This is not a colour palette that I particularly like. This particular tray, I quite like this one, but we're kind of in the great for if you're doing kind of stones, natural stony surfaces. You've got a wide range of colours there that you're perfect for that. This tray I much prefer. It is much more like my colour palette and I really do like some of the colours in this set. Like I say, I think marketing, this is an interesting idea. It's different, isn't it? It's new. There is no equivalent set in any other brand that I'm aware of. Are these colours in other brands? Yes, most definitely they are, but they haven't thought about it like this, have they? Again, this kind of feels very kind of greys to me. Obviously they're green, they're blue greys, green greys. Can be very useful colours. I quite like this little section of palette here. Rosy stone, amaretto, beetroot, plum, sourberry, wisteria. Greens, again, always useful, the greens. Yeah, it's an interesting set, and when I start to think about how they actually work, I think my other criticism of Castle is they're a little bit lacking in pigment now and again, but I'm very used to using Holbein, aluminans. I've been spoilt, haven't I? This is nowhere near the same kind of price as those pencils, so yes, they probably are a little bit lacking in pigment compared to the top grade artist pencils. Of course they are. They're nowhere near those prices. That middle tray, I think, swatches out really quite nicely. They're some quite strong colours. They still do have quite a grey feel, I feel, in this section. Some of these down here are really quite pale, so this set here, you've really got to layer them quite a lot, I think, to get a decent colour payoff with them. But again, I do like this bottom row as well. if I'm honest, I can't see myself using them just this set. I like a lot of the colours in them. I think a lot of the colours are really useful. But yeah, I'd feel a bit limited just keeping myself to that. Obviously it can be done. They've done beautiful artwork with it, haven't they? It's definitely an interesting, usable set. Yeah, I am pleased. I've added it to my collection, and I think what I'm going to do, if we pop them back in without making too much mess, lift them out the way, is, oh, excuse the creaky chair. I'm going to have to creak the chair quite a bit today because stuff is everywhere and I couldn't fit it all next to me. So what I have done is I have done a bit of a Temu haul, and I have ordered myself some pencil cases, one of which we'll come back to in a minute. Put that there. But this one, I'm thinking I'm going to put all those Harmonious pencils in. I have stickered it already. This is, I think this is a 250, something like that. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 little sections to fit them into, and I'm thinking I'm going to add with them, again, excuse me, creaking because I have to reach to the desk behind me, I'm going to fit with them my other 2 Castle art sets. So I have the other set of soft ones, which are okay, I don't mind them. I think probably I should try and use them a little bit more. As you can see, mine I haven't used a huge amount. I did probably use them a little bit more at the beginning of my colouring. And I also have the little pastel tints, which again, I've used them a little bit. Obviously I'm a bit spoiled because I've got the Holbein ones and I've got used to using those. But I'm thinking this set, and that Harmonious set together might make a really useful set because there's quite a lot of different colour palettes. So that is what my new Temu one, I'm going to put all of these together in this big case. This is a nice 1 pencil per elastic case. These were considerably cheaper off Temu than they were off Amazon. This same case seemed to be going on for £30 on Amazon. I think I paid 16 off Temu. So it is worth looking sometimes, isn't it? Let me move all that away. But that's my plan for all my castle arts that I'm keeping to stay, excuse all the creaking, to stay in one case so that I can use them. Sharpening bits all over my desk. Sorry, I should have cleaned it before I started to film. But yeah, so other things that I got from Temu. I did get another pack of acrylic. I think these are brush pens. They are the... Perhaps I need another light on, don't I? Let's put it on. Bring it down a bit. Just there we go. That's better. So I did get that. I know it's going to glare. Guangna. I think this is supposed to be a skin tone set. So as you can see, they are very skin tone palettes. I haven't actually had a play with these, but I'll show you what they look like. I just thought it's quite I don't have many, although I have loads of acrylic pens. Don't be ridiculous, Wendy. You have loads, but not skin tone. Like most acrylic pen sets come just in normal colour palettes, don't they? This kind of skin tone set. Oh, they are a brush. Good. There aren't too many of these. Oh, it's quite a firm brush. Yeah, these feel a little bit on the dry side, but maybe they just need keeping flat. But I thought, yeah, some of these kind of skin palette colours could be really quite useful for when I'm obviously doing a portrait. And you know what they're like, they always have quite a lot of line work on portraits, and they can be tricky to get off when you've spent ages getting the skin palette as you want it to be. But yeah, this gives me some different options because there's quite a few kind of different skin tonies there if I want to try and take some line work out. Looking at them, they're fairly opaque. Look, that one just went over the other one pretty strong. Let's put it over the darker one. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? So these were only like super cheapies, but I thought they might be really useful. So I'm going to have them and give them a try. I do like this brand's acrylic markers. I have quite a lot of them, all from AliExpress. This set just happened to be from Temu. But yeah, my other ones, I've had quite a few from Ali before, and I quite like them. So yeah, that's quite a handy set. It's probably going to go into my little acrylic pen storage right next to me, because skin tones, quite useful, aren't they? Quite like that. Oh, just literally should have put the top back on, because I just nearly tipped them all over the floor. What an idiot. The other pens that I've got, which are acrylic pens that I've just been dying to try. I did see these Sharpie creative markers in Tesco's when I was up there. Pops on light dark surfaces, ideal. I think these are acrylic markers, aren't they? Paint effect, no bleed through on paper. These are expensive, I think, for what they are, but hence why I've not got any of the bigger sets, and I probably won't get any of the bigger sets, because everywhere I've seen them, they seem to be... These are not easy to get in. Oh, come on. Slice my fingers off with them. It's a fight. Fight to get in to see some Sharpies. Are they a brush? Oh, it looks like they are a brush. Let's get that all off. So, creative marker has a little brush symbol on. Has a thing to stop it rolling off the desk, but it's not a clip. Does it have a colour name? No, it doesn't. So you've just got like a little coloured lid, and it looks like there's a coloured... Is that a colour, or is that the ink? Oh, that is the ink. Oh, interesting. Okay, so these look very much... Does that undo? No. These look very much like my Deco Pigment ones. Let's see what I think. Quite a firm brush. Again, quite strong paint in them. But, yeah, quite pleased with these. Again, I think these were $9.99, but you're only getting 5 markers. So that does seem... That green is not so nice. Does seem a little bit on the pricey side for me. Yeah, but they're nicely made. Lids finished nicely. Paint looks okay. Looks like it's going to dry pretty matte. I think my Deco brush has a bit better ink. The colour is just a bit richer, isn't it? Which, you know, it should be, shouldn't it? Because these are a lot more expensive. They have to live in their little special trays. This foam apparently is angled slightly so that the ink is always at the tip. They're like looking after a little baby. Those pens. Yeah, but I'm quite pleased with those. Just the price. So I think the answer is, if you see these on a deal for a good price, they're probably worth getting. Colours, layer without blending. Works on paper, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, rock, canvas. Best results, shake before use, store markers horizontally. So all the usual. Acrylic pen storage. I shall pop them over there. They will no doubt keep falling on me any minute. Other things that I got for colouring this month. Went on Jackson's and noticed that these were in the sale, being clearance line. They seem to be going to those little wooden trays for all the Sminky sets, and I think they've got 5s in again, haven't they? They tried these 3 sets in these little cardboard, but yeah, these were down to £16 for one. So neither of these 2 sets I had. So I've got Forest in the super granulation, and again you can kind of see what they'll be like behind without me having to swatch them. And then I've got Desert, which again slightly behind so you can see them. They're only little weeny little tubes, so they are, like if you see them in my hand, kind of puts it into perspective, they are only little tiny 5mm, so these don't last a huge amount of time. But you're not using a huge amount when you're using super granulation, are you? And like, I'm just learning with these, so these will last me probably forever, let's be honest. But I got these because I looked on Jackson's to get some of this. So I've got a few pages that I'm having problems with in terms of I'd like to do a bit of watercolour on them, but the paper's just not having it. So I was going to order this off Amazon, but it was actually cheaper off Jackson's, so I thought I'll get it off Jackson's, and then I realised these were on sale, so then it was no longer cheaper off Jackson's. But I've gone for the transparent one. Obviously I'm using them over a colouring page, so I'm still going to probably want to see where the line work was, so I thought that made sense. It does say you can water it down a little bit. I need to have a play about with it, because so far it's literally just arrived the other day, but yeah, it's quite liquid, isn't it? So I'm thinking, and it does smell quite PVA gluish, so maybe it has a base of that in there. I do not know. Not sure if it says, does it? Creates a paintable surface for watercolour, absorbent surfaces. Best results, a braid before application of the ground. Wash brushes immediately. So yeah, I need to have a play, but my first tub of that transparent watercolour, and then I've also got, again, because it was on there and then you start looking, I thought I would try 2 of these brushes because everybody raves about them, don't they? They'll please come out. One will come out, one's not going to come out. Come out. Get rid of that out of the way. So I've got just 2 Princeton, Neptune. I've just got a 2 and a 0, so they are literally, ooh, I can get the tube protection off, just tiny weeny little brushes. Still got the protection on them, but yeah, I'm hopeful to see what they're like, see whether they'll be my new fave. Yeah, we'll see, but I thought I'll give them a try. But yeah, that's my literal tiny little haul from Jackson's. Other painty things in my scrawler box this month, I did get this little weeny Windsor Newton Cotman. Oh, can I get in it? Oh, yes. Cotman palette. I'm not sure where I'll use this because it is weeny, and I do have the big set of Windsor Newton Cotman's one. Is this a little weeny brush? Oh yeah, look at that, that's cute. Look at that little cutie. I quite like that. I do like Windsor Newton brushes. I've got some of the larger ones, the normal ones, that I do use quite a lot, so yeah, that's quite nice. But yeah, got a little set of those. Obviously not even opened them yet, not had a play, but these are colours that I've got in my big palette anyway from Newton and Windsor, so they're, for now, they'll probably stay in pristine condition until I decide where these are going to go. What is this that now will not go back in? Some kind of leaflet. Get back in. Go in that way. Why do things never shut when you open them? So yeah, some little goodies to play with. What else have I got? Let's move that out of the way because I don't think I'm going to do it. Other thing I saw when I was in Tesco's was this, which is obviously Morgan O'Brien. But this is the Colour in Heaven Cottagecore pocket version. I do actually own the PDF of this, so I'm curious to see whether this is exactly the same or whether there's any... Oh, that's, in fact, that one does say new and exclusive. So clearly the little Halloween dress-up one is new. Throwing a snowball is new. Oh, look at that. I've got quite bad machine lines there. I don't know how well you can see what I mean? It's like some horrible machine has eaten it. That's annoying, isn't it? And it's on the exclusive one. Typical. You can feel it through. It's like some teethy machine. Oh, it's gone through to there. Why didn't I notice that in the shop? Anyway, it has got some new and exclusives too by the end. So I'm guessing the rest of this book is probably the same as my PDF. And that is just my luck, isn't it? That the entire book I already own, except for the 2 that a machine has eaten at the back. I've no words. Country cottage core. That's just typical. And then this I got because I thought I might use it at school. How to draw chibis. And it's literally, as it says, a book on how to draw some chibis. I might have a go. Give it a go myself. But I thought it also might be a good... I've finished that piece of work here. Draw a chibi mouse. So I've got that as well. Probably going to go to school rather than staying here with me. Other pencil case that I did just mention before. I did get this second one from Temu. Again, it's very similar to the first one, but as you can see, I've already set this one up with some colour names and numbers because I'm having quite a problem with, where have I put it? Oh, so much stuff. My Prismas live in this one. I might have to zoom you out just a smidge. Just a smidge. My Prismas live in this one. I can't remember whether I got this from Amazon or somewhere else, but anyway, my Prismacolors are in here. First page completely fine until you actually try and move it, and then all your Prismas fall out of it because the elastic here has just wrecked all the seams in between where it's supposed to kind of go in there and in there. So every time I kind of open this, it's just tipping up everywhere, and then the pencils are going into the spine and you're trying to... Yeah, it's been driving me mad. Really driving me mad. But I begrudged buying a new one when I'm like, I've not even had this that much. I've used it a little bit, but well, as you can see, they're just all falling out. And I don't know why, but I find it really difficult to put my Prismas back in place. And all of this just isn't staying in. Wasn't helping me keep it in order. So hence I have bought this new one. This pencil case has my Prismas in. If I can try and turn that over. And it also has my Derwent Procolor in. It used to have one of my smaller sets of Chromaflow, but obviously Chromaflow have their own pencil case now. I quite like having my Procolors with my Prismas because obviously these will sharpen. They stay sharp quite long. They're great for little details. And that's the drawback of Prismas, isn't it? So it kind of makes sense that to have these two together. Colour palette's not quite the same. There's obviously only 72 of these, but these are just helpful if I'm doing something with Prismas. I got them alongside for just those little bits that you just want to add a little bit of something to, and you need something sharper. So they're going to live in this lovely, colourful unicorn one. I think this is on Amazon as well. I was just being mean and wasn't prepared to pay the price. Again, I think it's a £2.50, something like that. It might be a £2.30, but it'll certainly fit what I've got in this pencil case, and it'll be a bit smaller to store as well because I don't need it this big anymore. Where am I going to put that? Oh, put that over there. So, is that all pencil cases? No. I've also ordered myself a pencil case for school. I have just a normal zip up pencil case, and I feel like I'm spending every time I need something. Oh, where's that now? Is it the bottom? Can't find it. And I thought, do you know what, this is stupid. You have a million pencil cases at home that are all organised. Why do you not have one for work? So I have ordered myself this smaller one. It's only a little one for work, and it literally has these really handy little pockets. You've got a deep one there, you've got another one there, and then you've got a little bit of a pencil pen. It'll be pen for me in here because this is for work. Pen holder, and then it has these extra ones that you can either have it as a deep pencil case like that because it's got decent sides, or obviously I can put a selection of whatever I like in these little bits, and obviously they come out if you want to, and then as you saw we've got another secret pocket at the bottom. So I'm quite thinking that will be quite useful, and I have got myself a little diary for work as well that does fit in these pockets in here, so I thought that might be quite handy as well. I'm a big child, so I've got a moving one. And yeah, I have sneaked in because this does have some colouring in. So when I'm in a boring meeting, I can accidentally be colouring some bits in my diary. But it kind of looks like I'm still doing some work as well. So, well, I will be. I'll still be listening But I actually find it helps my concentration if my hand's just doing something, if someone's speaking. So yeah, so I've got a little bit of a fun diary with some little fun little Moomin cartoons in from my childhood. Obviously he's always white, so don't need to colour him in, but can colour some of the other bits and pieces in of it because I thought that was fun. Again, this is from Amazon, so again should be easy to find if you look it up. This is just an A6 version. I didn't look whether they did them in bigger ones. I don't want a massive one, I wanted a small one, so I'm not carrying about so much weight, because that is my problem with the school bag. Some days I think, what have I got in here? It's so heavy. So yeah, lighter. This will stay in my classroom. This will travel in my bag, probably. But in the day, it can go in my pocket, so I know where it is. See, I'm being organised this year. Or at least I'm trying. I won't be able to keep it up. 2 weeks in, it'll be an absolute mess. Right, have I got anything more colouring related? Probably not, looking at it. So if you don't want to see my stationery tat, you're probably off at this point. Fair enough, I don't blame you. What else have I got? So I did get this again from my local Tesco's. It's just got, is it a Paperchase one? No, it's not a Paperchase one. But again, it's just got a tiny little pencil case, which I was kind of thinking could quite easily go in the bigger one for more kind of serious pens, if you know what I mean. Ones that I don't want the kids to nick when they see my pencil case, my main pencil case, open. Hoik. No, because they'd have to open this one as well. So I've got this. It was super cheap, and I did get a discount with my club card because it was cheaper if you had one. So I think I only paid £2.50 for it, something like that. But I'm quite looking forward to playing with that as well. Just dropped it on the floor. Highlighters, I have got these ones really interested me. So these I did get from Amazon. They are the nature colours, and I just thought actually these would be quite nice on a piece of artwork, or if I'm doing a little bit of something where you just want a background, because these are quite kind of neutral earthy tones and not at all like a highlighter. So I thought actually these are quite nice just to use in different ways in my journal, in my diary, because obviously you've got the sharp bit that you can make lines with. Be great for titles, but it's not that kind of fluorescent burn your eye out of your socket kind of colour palette. Just thought these were really lovely. Ooh, like that one in particular. That is a nice colour. And the last one kind of looks a bit blue-grey, is it? Yes. It's almost a bit teal grey, actually. Yeah, but I quite like those. Again, I thought they would be quite handy. If I manage to keep them in my pencil case all year, I will be astounded. Some little darling doesn't have them when they see them on my desk. And then to go with, obviously I had to have pastels. I think I saw these in B&M. They were cheap. Get off. Get what? Oh, they've clipped themselves on the front. Clever. So these are just the Statler ones. Ooh. Yeah, it's not quite as sharp on the edge, these ones. Those ones that have a finer chisel end on them. But you can still draw quite sharp lines with them. Oh, much more clicky lids. But yeah, I was thinking, I bet you could use these in the colouring as well, really. Obviously you're going to get streaky marks, but for a little bit of basing, sometimes this colour palette might work. Oh, that's a bit brighter than that is not my pastel. I feel it's a bit brighter than pastel, that one, doesn't it? So yeah, I've got a set of the Stadler ones. I'm sure they're available everywhere. And I've got this, what is this set called? Nature set from my Stablo Boss set as well. I think they're quite nice. I'm quite looking forward to using those. I'm going to take them on the floor now because we're not going to wait and battle them back into that just at the minute. Other pens. Pen City. Yeah, I went pen mad. I do love pens. I love trying out pens. But yeah, Paperchase was my most favourite stationery shop ever. Went bust last year. Tesco's bought them. So there's a few Tesco stores that carry some Paperchase now. And I did spot these that have no more lids to close. And I thought, but what are they? So it's 24 colours, retractable bullet nib. And obviously we don't care who's using them because it'll be me. Comes in this nice case. It's not going to stay in this nice case. It's going to go in that unicorn pencil case. But yeah, it has a name on it, surprisingly. And it has almost like a little bullet tip. But actually, they're quite nice. I quite like them. And the fact, obviously, it just closes. Even I can't manage to lose the lids on them. They kind of feel a bit felt tippy. But not. Yeah, quite like them. So, yeah, they're a little bit strange, aren't they? Obviously, they come in this little container. It has a bit of foam in the bottom so that they all sit up quite nicely. Perhaps I should keep them in here, but I probably won't. Because they're far more useful, aren't they, if they're in your pencil case and they're handy. And I thought these are quite small. They're not going to take up a huge amount of space. This is taking up more space than they would on their own. So they're probably not going to stay in there. Other pens that I've got that are going to go in my pencil case. I spotted these in Morrison's. 12 pastel gel pens. They were super cheap. But I thought they look quite fun, and they're quite thick barrels on them. Yeah, I quite like the nib. The nib is quite fine, little tiny nib. So even though they're cheap, I do actually quite like these. They're quite nice colours. What's the green like? We mark in green at school. Yeah, I can't mark in that colour. That is not going to be a pen I can mark in. This one. How greeny are you? That one I might get away with. It's kind of a bit more teal. Who's going to know? We mark and give feedback in green and purple. So I'll probably use quite a bit of those. Probably. It's quite an odd coloured gel pen, isn't it? Like a skin tony. It's like it's designed to go with my highlighters look. Yeah, quite like that one as well. So yeah, just a cheapo spot. I think they were £2 or something in Morrison's. Morrison's is a supermarket in the UK if you're not in the UK and you don't know. So I won't be able to send you a link for these little pens. But yeah, cheap set of gel pens. Couldn't help myself. The usual Bics, but this one looked more exciting because look, it's metallic. How are they stuck in here? Ooh, chrome. Didn't even know that was in there. Chrome and... It's plastic, but it looks like metal. Just the usual pen. So black, green, obviously. Blue. But yeah, a nice fancy looking set. Again, I think they were on offer in Tesco's. And I was like, no, it's slightly attractive colours. I'm having it. These were also in Morrison's. 12 quick dry markers. Again, they look a bit... They kind of remind me of my Brunzil ones. Have I got them handy? Ooh. Yeah, these ones. So I think I got these ones ages ago in one of my subscription boxes that have a brush on one end and they have a little fine thing on the other end, and these kind of totally reminded me of the shape of them. They look very similar, look, but they don't have the other end. Oh, they do have the other end on, so they have a felt tippy pen that felt a bit dry, and they have a like a highlighter end, so that wasn't what I expected. Okay, so they kind of are the same shape, but slightly different. Ooh, let's have a look. Is that a different colour? Is that my imagining? Why is that a different colour? That's good, isn't it? That same pen has 2 different colours in it. Well, anyway. So I've got those that are all just cheapy little... Today is my... Oh, it's got cheesy statements on. Good vibes only. Make it happen. Today is my day. Be happy. Feeling colourful. Enjoy every moment. I'll tell that to myself when I'm back at work. Good vibes only. Feeling colourful always. Enjoy every moment. So yeah, a set of inspirational, double-sided, quick-dry markers. Perhaps they'll make me smile when I'm back at work in the classroom. And I'm like, oh, get on with the work. Then, what other silly things did I get? Paperchase had daft markers in. These are little magnets. It had a mushroom with a face on, so that was definitely getting squeezed the day. And I just thought they're cute. I have a metal filing cabinet that sits behind me at work that has little photographs of my Molly dog on, and obviously I use the magnet to put them on, so I've got 4 more magnets to keep my girl on my filing cabinet behind me to cheer myself up in the day. I've got some of my favourite pencils to go back in my school pencil case. These are literally, I've probably got one in another colour handy without opening these, have I? Yes. They're a slightly different colour set now. I don't know why they've gone to these miserable dark colours. But yeah, I always use these in the classroom because it saves me constantly sharpening. They have a quite nice fine point, and it kind of feels a bit like, although they call them HB, these are quite soft leads, so they're more like a 2B really. And yeah, if I'm drawing and I'm demoing, it's just easier if I've got something that I'm not having to constantly sharpen. I go through loads of those every year. All the Paperchase things that I did not need but could not resist. I'm planning to make my own planner this year for school. If you buy a teaching planner, they come with loads of pages that, if I'm honest, I never use. So I'm like, do you know what, I'm just going to make my own this year and just have in it the minimum of what I know I actually want in a layout that suits me and have it how I want. But then this part of me thought, yeah, I could put like a colour code for each of my classes with that tape. Or I could use a patterned one because I'm a big child. So they accidentally fell in again from Paperchase, from Tesco's. Thankfully they were on offer. But yeah, they've got some silly ones. And then I quite like this colour one actually. And I thought that actually could be really useful. So those accidentally fell in my basket. And then to go with my mushrooms and that tape, I did get this daft journal. Let's move that out of the way. That has these, look, they just come off. You can put them back where you want them. Or you can take them all off and be boring if you want. Today I'm boring and I'm not having my stickers on. And it's got loads on the back. It's also got my hair all over it. Apologies. But yeah, I just thought that's cute. It's just a lined journal. It'll only be for reminders or lists of things that I need to get done and daft little reminder things. But yeah, silly book. But it had these cuties on it, so I had to get it. And then they also had matching stickers, so they accidentally fell into my basket, as you might imagine. So it has stickers that match basically what we're already on. I'm not sure when I'm going to use the croissant sticker, but some of the others I quite like. Keep growing, a cute bunny, best day ever. It's probably not going to be at work. But yeah, loads of daft little stickers that match me little book. Got those as well. I'm running out of floor space. I shall have to put it back there. Oh, the Paperchase item I got was these lovely little wallets. Particularly big start of school, you get handed quite a lot of things, paper things, lists about such a body, something about such a body. So I thought actually these would be really handy just to keep some of that together till it's got a proper home and you know where you're putting it. So I think it has to have 3. Yeah, let's get them out. So it has just 3 Little cute zippy wallet. I think it's got just a bit of a card in, hasn't it? But it's got cute little bright cats on. It's got a nice kind of lilac one and another one to match. Just to keep myself organised. Unlike this room that looks like some kind of bomb has gone off. What have I not showed? Just let me get it off the floor. So, continuing on my build my own planner, I thought I'm going to build my own planner. I want some proper covers. So these were on Temu. They're like some kind of plastic, but it has a little bit of a texture on it. But I thought that's going to be good. It'll wipe clean. I've got one for the front and the back. I have a, sorry, I know these are very reflectory and noisy. I have a punch machine that punches the size on paper that match these little binding rings. So I couldn't decide whether I wanted it purple to go with purple or white as a contrast. But they were cheap on there, and these are quite expensive to buy from Amazon in the proper boxes. So yeah, I've got 2 sets of those so that once I get my class lists and done all that, I can start making myself my planner together. And yeah, it'll hopefully be a bit lighter and a bit more how I want it. What else have I got? Let me reach down. I'm going to pause you because it's going to take me a minute to pick these up. Okay, we're back. So, 2 daft things for my classroom. They always fight over sharpeners. You know, the little normal hand sharpeners. So I got 2 silly daft ones in an attempt to keep my pencils sharp in my classroom. They probably won't make it till Christmas, but we might at least have some sharp pencils. So you've got one that's got outer space and one that's got happy space. They'll probably have a very hard life. But yeah, it speeds up them sharpening their pencils a little bit. From Temu, they were only cheap, thankfully. Then, a few things for me, because I was on Temu and I spotted these. I have got some more pet tape, which is basically a plastic printed tape. So I saw this one that almost has like a frosted effect at the top that I think is really beautiful. So I've got that one that's kind of winter, autumn. I don't know, it kind of feels more wintry, doesn't it, with that kind of frosted effect. I love it, but it keeps coming unravelled. I think because it's got this kind of frosting on it, the sticky just does not want to stick. And then the other one that's like it is this one. Have I got another one? Yeah, I've got 3 like this, so didn't want to take that off. I've got this one which is kind of cherry blossom spring. So pretty. But yeah, I'm thinking I might use it in my colouring journal, I might use it in my teaching planner just to set some pages up and it look a little bit pretty. Same with this one, which again kind of feels a bit autumnal, but it's got that same frosted look to it. And then this one, which I really love. It's basically loads of like watercolour art blobs. They're obviously sticky. I'm thinking some of these might end up on the front of my planner because look, they're so pretty. I could have done it myself, but these are waterproof and they might make it through a year, unlike if I do it myself. But I thought that was really cute. It shows you all the blogs. Apparently there's some black ones as you roll it further through. Black ones I probably won't use. Then other cute ones I got was this one. That is, it's actually textured. This is so beautifully printed. But yeah, it's actually got a texture on the paper. I don't know how well. Can you just about see where the texture is? So all these kind of fine lines here, you can actually feel them over the surface. But I thought again, just waves, but it's so pretty. Again, really like it. Can I roll it back up though? Then this one I thought was also really cute. Again, might make it onto my teaching planner because it kind of goes with my colour scheme. Jellyfish with lots of shells and bits and pieces around them. Again, really pretty. Is that back to the front? No, it's not. So it's got quite a long that back to the front. So that's the whole. Excuse the glare. It's very difficult to show plastic tape without glare. But again, this one's got texture on it. You can kind of feel some of these lines that are in the jellyfish's tail. Then I've got one that is a lovely pink blossom, because I love blossom trees. Again, might make it onto my teaching planner. And then just two scenes. So I think one's kind of summer beaches, which is this one, which is obviously more for my personal one. This one doesn't have very long repeats. I think it goes back to the beginning pretty soon. That's it. That's all there is on that one. And then it repeats. And this one, I had to open the wrong side, didn't I? Oop. Which is a bit more kind of iconic landscape. And again, that's the full repeat there. And I think that's all for my tapes. And then the last final bits and pieces, again, are for work things really. So I've got some little page tabs to organise my pages. And I've got a load of kind of journaling stencils, because I do want to try and I keep starting a colouring journal and then I fail miserably. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and set up, while I'm off this month on holiday, I'm going to try and set up the whole year. So it's not going to be very complicated, but just literally tracking simply in an easy way what colouring I'm doing. Because I think this is my 3rd year with a YouTube channel, and I couldn't tell you how many pages I've coloured. I have no idea. So yeah, I thought it might be quite interesting to figure that out. Let me get a page. Is there a darker page? That's not helpful either, is it? We need a coloured page to show these on. That might do. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, they're just simple. Can't really see it, can you? We need something darker. I'm going to pause and find something darker. Okay, we've gone purple. So these are just literally 2 cheap packs from Temu that I just thought I'm just going to get a load of them, and hopefully this one I'm thinking might be quite useful. Obviously not to read, but to colour in. Maybe for my books to touch, that might be handy to track which ones I've done. But yeah, I don't think I'll use all of them. But I thought, I keep looking at it and I just don't know what to do. This kind of looks like book spines as well, doesn't it? So although it says exercise tracker, I'm half thinking that might be useful as well. But just different layouts to kind of maybe help me track it. And some of these I'm thinking I might use in my diary as well for school. So always handy. Look, a little bee one, and you've got a bee, honey pot, and 2 different honeycombs. I quite like the drippy honeycombs. That's quite cute, isn't it? I don't know how that one snuck in with all these planner ones. We have to put a bee one in there. But yeah, so I've got those ones that are the actual size of my planner, and then these ones that are a little bit smaller, but I still thought these could be useful. They've got bits off my tree outside. If I put anything on the window ledge, it just gets tree bits on it. But again, yeah, just different journaling layouts to help. And I'm losing my own hair. I'm going to be bald soon, the amount of hair that falls out of my head. That's quite cute. Upside down, back to front. Well done, Wendy. Actually, is that 5? See, that might be useful for school because we get 5 lessons in. So there's a few of these that I'm thinking could be quite handy for work, and more tree bits. Hopefully I'll figure out how to use them all at some point and which ones will be useful. But yeah, colouring journal and work, thinking they might be handy. And then the last few little bits, as you can see, are just little stickers. So I got Autumn Forest Yard and Pleasant Snow. I'm not sure, is snow pleasant? It's only pleasant on days you don't have to go and battle it, I think. I like these, but as you can see, they've put it on crazy holographic material, and I actually quite like the image, but I find this horrible triangle hologram a bit annoying, so I'm a bit disappointed with these, really. I like the image. The hologram is putting me off somewhat, and it's the same on these as well. Lovely autumn images that I thought they'll be quite nice as I'm, you know, setting out pages for kind of September, October, November. But then it's on hologram. Look, as soon as you pick them up, they're like flash, flash, flash. It's not really, it just takes away from the images for me. Maybe if it was fairies or something like that, maybe, but I don't know. They were only cheap, so I'm not too bothered, but they're not quite what I thought. And then these are like, I thought these were actually going to be pre-cut for the actual circles, but they're not. So that does make these not quite as useful as I thought they were going to be. I think they were supposed to be watercolour effects, which they kind of are. They're really pretty, but I was kind of thinking I could peel their dots individually, but they're not. It's just a whole sheet, I think. Let me try and see if I'm telling lies. Oh, they are pre-cut. Oh, I couldn't see it. Oh, that's much better. Hey, takes it all back. But yeah, oh, I'm so pleased with that, because I thought these I am going to use in my diary for things to remember, spots. But yeah, they're really nice little colours. Look, they kind of go from grey, green, green, blue. But I looked at them when they came and thought, oh, we're going to cut them out. I don't have to. They have been cut. Through to kind of oranges, back to blue. Yeah, they're quite muted palette, but I quite like them. I think I'd align more of this sheet that's got some of the pink on, because I like that. And is that it? Pretty much that is it, I think. Yeah, we've done them. We've done all them. I think I've cleared my pile. And what this means, having finished showing you all these, is that I can actually now organise it and stop knocking it off the shelf behind me, because this has been driving me mad. So, you're probably only going to see this in September. I've recorded it in August. This is all the tat that I've been shopping for in August. There's not too much colouring stuff, because if I'm honest, I don't need anything much more. Colouring books, I'm only buying books that I really, really want now. I'm pretty full in terms of colouring book space. Hopefully I'm going to start filming some of my collection so you can see what I mean. But yeah, I'm only buying books that I really want now, because I have a lot of books and I want to work in the books I've got. I'm certainly not going to go on a no buy, because that's not who I am. But I am going to go on a bit more of a careful buy and only buy things that, you know, really, really inspire me. There's a few that I've got on pre-order, as you might imagine, for books that are coming out, but not a huge amount that I'm like, I really must have those. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, I'm so delighted. If you've managed to work your way through my stationery tat haul, thank you very much for watching to this point. Like I say, a lot of these I've bought from Tesco's, a lot of the pens and things. The Temu things I can link you, but a lot of it I can't. Sorry. But thank you very much for watching. If you stayed this far, put me some pen or pencil in. I can never say it. Pictures. I'm going to say that, because I can never say the other word. In your comments, that would be much appreciated. Hope you're having a wonderful time, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.